morning, all my beloved students. Welcome back to the class. How was your weekend, everyone? Okay, so it was very nice, right? I have a very beautiful weekend too. Okay, so actually today is the first day of the week, actually, and like every Monday, what do we study, everyone? Okay, so on like Monday, there are actually two sections, and for the first section, we are going to study the blueprint book, right? Good. And how about the second section, everyone? Okay, so for the second section, we are going to study the listening to the news, right? Good. So for the blueprint book, actually for this first section, the blueprint for the first section, right, everyone? Okay, so now please take out your blueprint book and with the study material that you need for your study. Take everything out. All right, good. So for the blueprint book, everyone, do you still remember what did we learn in the previous section or last week? Actually, we learned a lot in the blueprint book, right, everyone? So can you tell me what did we learn in the previous week? Everyone? Very good. So in the previous week, we learned about fashion, right? We learned about the vocabulary of fashions, okay? And we also learned about the authentic text, right? The authentic text. So the authentic text gives you a lot of information about the styles that people use, okay? The fashion style or the brand things, for example, like clothes, for example, like shoes, okay? So you can see that there are many people nowadays, they like fashion. And the fashion change, everyone? Yes, fashion change mostly with the, between season, between years, between generation. Okay, so from one generation to the other generation, fashion change. And maybe like nowadays, people like this fashion, but in the next 10 years, maybe they like the other fashion, right? Okay, very good. Okay, so and you also can see or you can get some of the information from the authentic text that people, sometimes they just wear those clothes for their hobby, but it becomes their style. And some other people, they wear that or those clothes because of their idol, okay? Because of the celebrity. So when the celebrity wear this kind of brand clothes or this kind of fashion, their fans start to follow their style and wear the same thing, right? Good. And we also learn about how people judge by the clothing. So sometimes when you wear clothes, people can know that your attitude should be this, your attitude should be that, and for the fashion style is also show about your value too, right? Good. So all of these are the information and the knowledge that we learn in the lesson 1 called fashion. And now today we are going into the new lesson actually, and we are going to talk about the lesson 2. What's that one? So lesson 2 is about the art of filmmaking. The art of filmmaking. Actually, so for the art here refer to many things. Art here refer to it could be a pictures, it could be drawing, it could be dancing, also art, right? And filmmaking is also one thing of the art. So we say the art of filmmaking, all right? Good. And actually before going into, deeply into the lesson or the topic, we have to learn the vocabulary first, okay? So now everyone, please take out your book and turn to page 24 all together, okay? So for this one, it's on page 24. Okay, so on page 24 here, what you can see is is the like the authentic text again. So all the texts that we learn are realistic, are real, okay? So that we can get the real information, we can get the real idea and also real knowledge, right? Good. So on page 24, you can see actually the authentic text, and we will go through the authentic text tomorrow. So, but today we are focusing on the vocabulary only. And for the vocabulary, there are two. Vocabulary 1 and vocabulary 2. Or actually, I do not write the vocabulary like 2 on the whiteboard and the left hand side, but I just make the sentence so that we can guess the meaning of the word all together, right? Good. Okay, so now let's go through the vocabulary 1 first. So for the vocabulary 1, A1, we got the word image, okay, a complex, artistic, okay, artistic, impressive, press, okay, press. All right, good. So we got 6 words, and actually these 6 words are in the text, are in the authentic text for sure. So now let's go through each one all together. So for the word image, image here function as noun. Image is a picture, okay? Or sometimes people ask like, teacher, image and picture are the same? You can say the same. They can translate in the like the same meaning, but sometimes with the word image, people use it for the if you think about like some of the image, you imagine about the picture, so that could be the image, right? But as image and picture the same, yes. Okay, good. Argue function as verb to disagree, Okay, so when you disagree with something or with some idea, you try to argue. Okay, you try to argue. So when you try to argue, you use your word. Okay, we do not use our hands to fight people. So when you argue with something, I mean you disagree with something. It doesn't mean that when you argue, you have to fight for it. No. Okay, when you argue with something, you have to give reasons. Okay, give reason to people, to convince them to agree with your idea. Okay, so this is called argue. Next one is the word complex. Okay, complex function as adjective, and we say involving a lot of things. So complex is simply like like difficult to understand. Okay, complex. If you say like I have a complex sentence, for example. So the complex sentence refers to the sentence that is involving a lot of things, inside that sentence, involving a lot of things. And it is so difficult to identify, or it is so difficult to understand that what kind of, or what does the sentence mean, for example. If you have the authentic text or the reading, and you say this is a complex reading, so you do not understand things in that reading at all, okay? Because it involves a lot of things inside, okay? The other word is the word artistic. Artistic function as adjective, we say related to art, okay? So artistic related to art. So you can say like artistic is the adjective, is the something that describes art, okay? Good. So for example, if you say this is an artistic drawing, okay? So that you want to show that, oh, so this drawing is really, it's a part of the art. It's really art, okay? Yeah, because some drawing is not art at all. It's not artistic at all, okay? All right. The next word is the word impressive. Impressive function as adjective, we say admirable or respectful. So impressive is admirable or respectful. For example, if you go to if you go into the museum, and then you see a drawing, a big drawing on the wall, okay? And then when you see that picture, when you see that drawing, you feel like, oh, that's very, very great. And you admire that drawing. you admire the drawer. Okay, how could a person can draw a pictures like that or a drawing like that? So you feel admirable for the drawer, and you feel like good or great on the drawing, and also you feel respectful. So it means that drawing is impressive. You can say like this: that drawing, or say the drawing is impressive. You feel admirable. Okay, you feel respectful for that drawing. Okay, good. So for the other word is the word press. Okay, press function as a verb to express admiration. Okay, admiration. So when you feel, when you feel good about something or about someone, and then you just want to press, you just want to make good words for something, or you want to make, good words to something else. Okay, so this called you press something, you press someone by express the admiration to that person or to that thing. Okay, so now we got the word image, AUM1, complex, artistic, impressive, and the word press. Okay, good. So I believe that you guys have understood all of this word, and now let's go to the other word. Okay, so actually, for this, all of these are the examples of the words. And you also see some of the words with the, underline, okay? Underline with the red marker, all right? Okay, so now let's see all of these words in the sentence all together, and then we will guess the meaning all together, all right? Good. For the first sentence, we got the word, aesthetic. Anyone? Aesthetic. So in a sentence, we say a person who is aesthetic might be an artist. Okay, again, a person who is aesthetic might be an artist. All right. So when you see, the word aesthetic here in the sentence, and then what do you think about it? One? Can you give, the meaning of the word aesthetic? It could relate it to the artistic, right, or something that. Something good, something great, something interesting, or something beautiful, right? Because artists always make things beautiful, always make things great, always make things good with the drawing or with the painting or with their, their skill, right? Good. So just note it down, and then we will go to the exercise all together. We will see the definition, all right? And the next one we say you can find articles in the topic of visual art. Visual, everyone. The word visual. Okay? So you can find the articles in the topic of visual art. So visual art here, you can see or you can find article in the visual art. So visual here may refer to something or it's a kind of art, right? It's a kind of art that maybe you can touch it, you can see it, or you can feel impressive about it. This one, we say my brothers and I have eaten entire cake. My brother and I has eaten an entire cake. So can you guess the meaning of the word entire one? Entire cake here. Okay? So entire here, it could be my brother and I. So two people has eaten. So we use present perfect simple here, right? So that should be the completed action, right? So the whole cake. Oh, I'm sorry. I tell you the answer. So the entire here, I mean like the whole cake, right? The whole cake. Okay? And my grandfather told some tales about his life. Okay? So we got the word tales here. What tales? So what does the word tales should mean? So tale here could be like your grandfather. So should tell like some story or something related to his life or experiences, right? So tell here may be like experiences or stories or something about his life. Okay. The next one we say she seems to find it difficult to form meaningful life. Okay. So we got the word meaningful. Meaningful. So the word meaningful, what does it mean, everyone? You can see the word meaning. Okay, meaning is something like to represent something or to show something, right? Okay, good. So meaningful, and how about meaningful? It could be like something that is so important because we say it is so difficult for her to form a meaningful life. So this should be a very important or something that is good for her life, right? Okay, so now let's go into the other one. We say it is important to distinguish between business and pleasures. Okay, it is important to distinguish between business and pleasure. All right, so distinguish here should be like it's important to like there are two, business and pleasure. So distinguish. It could be like a compare, like to compare or to notice or to note. Okay, which one whether you choose. All right, good. Next one, we say I would like to express my thanks to my love. Okay, for your love, I'm sorry. I would like to express my thanks for your love. So here that should be the word express. It means like to feel, maybe to press, okay? To press for my thanks for your love, or to show, right? To show, okay? So it could be like that. The other one will say the film's message is that rich and poor are alike. Okay, so we got the word message. So message here it is not like you know like you message or you chat to each other. No. So the film message here is a noun. Okay. So a film message is that rich and poor are alike. So here, this is just like an advice, or this is just like a morality, or something that want to give to you, right? Something that want to give to you. There should be an advice or something that is in the story or something. Okay, so the film message is to show that rich and poor are alike, are the same. Okay, good. So now we have comes up all of like the sentences and also the verb. Again, we have the word authentic. We got the word visual, entire, tales, meaningful, distinguished, express, and the word message. Okay, good. All right, everyone. So I believe this is all for this section. Okay, so you can have a break, and then we will continue the lesson in the second section. Okay, so